The Ange Postecoglou era is well underway after Celtic announced their first signing, Uzaze Agidi from Sheffield Wednesday. The 20-year-old is a highly rated defender that joins on a 4-year deal. However, Celtic will need to sign a few more players to close the gap between them and Rangers. I have no doubt that Uzaze Agidi will only be the first name of many through the door at Parkhead this summer. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are going to be discussing 5 players that are heavily linked with a move to Celtic this summer. But before we do get into the video guys, please do hit that like button, it helps out with the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel for more Scottish football content. Aaron Mooy. Aaron Mooy is an Australian international that currently plays his trade in China with Shanghai Port. Fans may remember him from his time at St Mirren, or more notably down in the Premier League with Brighton. The Australian is a creative midfielder and enjoys his time on the ball, and of course has experience playing under Celtic manager Ange Postecoglou. He would provide Celtic's midfield with experience, which is much needed after the departure of Scott Brown. It is being highly reported that Aaron Mooy is high up on Ange's transfer wish list this summer. However, the only problem about this transfer is the fact that Mooy is on a contract at Shanghai Port that earns him around £60,000 per week, which obviously means he would need to take a pay cut if he was to join Celtic. Kevin Nisbet. The second player on this list is Glasgow-born Kevin Nisbet. Nisbet of course plays in the Scottish Premiership with Hibernian and has been linked with Celtic ever since he was at Dunfermline. Nisbet joined Hibs last summer for an undisclosed fee and has had an impressive first campaign, scoring 14 goals in 33 Premiership games. With Edouard likely to be leaving Parkhead this summer, it is being reported heavily that Celtic want to bring in Kevin Nisbet to replace him. Birmingham City approached the club back in January, however a deal was not done as the club did not reach Hibernian's valuation. It is being said that Celtic will need to cough up around £4 million to tempt Jack Ross's side into letting him go. In my personal opinion, I think this would be a fantastic signing. From what I have seen at Hibernian, Kevin Nisbet is the real deal, and Celtic this time won't want to mess around with transfer fees as they will remember what happened last time with John McGinn. Mario Vaskovich. Mario Vaskovich is another player linked to Parkhead, and out of the 5 players I'm going to list, this one seems the closest in terms of completion. Vaskovich, who currently plays for Hajduk Split in Croatia, is a 19-year-old centre-back. Vaskovich is 6'1" and is really solid at the back. He is a modern-day defender with pace that likes to get on the ball. However, with his pace, he also likes to get back into position quickly if his team is caught on the break. The defender is set to sign for Celtic in the next few days to weeks and could be in action in Celtic's first competitive match of the season against Midtjylland. Although the defender is young, I believe Celtic are buying him for the now and will go straight into the team. He is likely to partner up with Christopher Julian as Aya's future is still in doubt. The deal is set to cost Celtic around €6 million and will be a real statement of intent. George Bolduc. The right back position was dominated for 8 years by Mikael Lustig and then for a short while after with Jeremy Frimpong. Now it seems Celtic are willing to spend up to £8 million on a new right back in George Bolduc. Bolduc currently plays for Sheffield United and impressed in his first few seasons in the Premier League. However, now the club have been relegated, Celtic are linked at attempting him over the border. Bolduc will not come cheap though, as in December he signed a 4-year deal with the Blades until 2024. The way Ange Postecoglou plays, the fullbacks have to get high and likes his players to be mobile and energetic. The attractive thing about George Bolduc is that he likes to get forward and is as good as a right winger as he is as a right back, which would be a very good fit for the Australian mould. Sheffield United are wanting around £8 million, however reports suggest that Celtic are confident on getting a lower price. Whether they get Bolduc or not, they do need to strengthen in this area, as after Frimpong left, Loney Kenny wasn't good enough and neither was Ralston. Eric Ziyech. The last signing that Celtic are heavily linked to is ex-Celtic defender Eric Ziyech. The Dane played under the hoops under Brendan Rodgers from January 2016 to January 2018 before returning back to his homeland with Midtjylland, where he is now. The transfer link has fans in split opinion, as some don't like the fact that the club are going backwards and signing old players. The perks are though is he knows what Celtic is all about and was a part of a very successful time in their history. At the age of 29, he is in his peak as a central defender, so depending on the price could be a good option. Although there has been a lot of rumours circulating regarding this story, the Dane was asked by Go Radio about the links and he said, When it's rumours, it's rumours. Unless I hear anything else, it's just a rumour. But I've always said Celtic is close to my heart, as is Midtjylland. Those are the two clubs that I follow, and whatever happens, happens, but it's not up to me. You could argue that Celtic know what they would be getting with me, and I know what the club is all about, but it's so difficult to talk about transfer rumours. For now, it's more speculation. I'm the captain of Midtjylland, and that's something that I'm proud of that. Then we will see what the transfer window will offer. From that interview, Svinchenko confirms that all the speculation is just rumours at this stage, although he never really ruled out of him going there. So there you go guys, that is 5 players that are heavily linked with Celtic. Ange Postecoglou seems to know what he's looking for, and in terms of signing new players, he spoke to the club's media site regarding this to give fans more of an insight. Sometimes we fall into the trap of just signing footballers. We're signing people, and how they are as a person is important to me. What their own feelings are about the club is important. Celtic is a club with great traditions and history, but it's also a club of great standing and high values, and I won't let anyone use this club for individual purposes. They need to understand there's a responsibility when you come here, and you can create and experience some fantastic things here. What I'll guarantee them is they'll develop to their full potential here. From that interview, you can tell that Ange Postecoglou knows exactly what it wants in terms of signing players. He wants a player with no massive ego and doesn't want a player that's using the club as a stepping stone to get something better. The 5 players that we've sort of listed here today that Celtic are heavily linked with do fit Ange Postecoglou's signing philosophy, I'd say. As you would look at Mooy, he's already managed him before, knows he hasn't got a big ego, knows he will do everything for him, knows what he's all about, and that's why he's trying to probably bring him there. Kevin Nisbet, as a young player, a young striker from Hibernian, not a massive ego, can develop him well, has heaps of potential. And Vaskovich the same, he's young, he's 19-year-old, again doesn't come with a massive ego, loads of baggage or anything like that. He's coming in to develop and play for the long term at Celtic. So yeah, it is very interesting to see that. With Ange Postecoglou as well, I've noticed, is that he's very demanding on what he sees his philosophy as. You know, if it's either his way or the highway. If players aren't going to play into his style of play, he will simply get rid of them. But again, he gives players a chance to buy into his philosophy, as you see here giving a year contract to Lee Griffiths. It almost looked like Lee Griffiths' career was over and out a few weeks ago, and now all of a sudden he's back into it and has given him a chance. So yeah, I feel like he's a very fair but firm manager, and I'm very interested to see how things pan out for him across this season. Obviously, Celtic get underway with pre-season on the 7th of July. Time will tell if any of these new signings are going to be coming into place by then. As I said, Vaskovich is fairly close to completion. That should be announced in the next couple of days or weeks. But yeah, it is nearly there in terms of that, and I'm interested to see. Well, I definitely know for one thing is that there is going to be a lot more signings coming through the door, because there's other players that could be going out the door with Aya, Edouard, Christie. All these names are up in air whether their future lies at Celtic or not. So yeah, players will need to come in no matter what. Guys, that is the end of the video. Please do smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We do cover a lot of Scottish football content on here, and we'll be doing live streams throughout the whole of pre-season and the Champions League qualifiers. Take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.